Earlier I played a G major scale for you in the second position. We call this the second position because the first finger here is on the second fret. This is position playing. That's where you play across the fretboard. But what I'm going to do, what I want you to really start thinking about is playing the length of the fretboard as well. And I'm going to show you a few things here, and they'll seem incredibly simple and at the beginning not very musical sounding, but it's very important for you to do this. So instead of playing the G major scale across in position, I want you to play it the length way. Now at this point, I don't want you to worry about what finger you're using, what fingering you're going to use. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about the fingering because that will change whatever the musical context is. I want you to think of the note, and as you play the note, I also want you to name the note in your mind. You don't have to do it out loud, but name that note. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. And going back, G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, G. And then just as we did the arpeggio in position playing across, I want you to play this. Get used to playing the length. As a friend of mine said, he said up here he always referred to this area as the dusty end of the fretboard. Because sometimes people don't play up this way. But if we start thinking about playing across, that's our G major scale. Don't worry which finger you play this with. You can play it with this finger here. Just think of the note. Visualize that note almost as if a light goes on as you play that. And in your mind you go G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, G. After a while you'll just drop that thought of those notes. It will just automatically, instinctively know what those notes are. But I want you to name the notes and keep that in your mind, because that's going to make things a lot easier as you go further on. I explained earlier about the interval of tenths being an octave above the third. There's the tenth there, and with the root note, our anchor note, that's our tenth. So if we play the G major scale starting on the tenth, we get this. Now what I want you to do now is I want you to play the root note, the anchor note, and the tenth together. Remember, this was the root note scale. This is the G scale, the same scale, but starting on the tenth. Now put those two together. Now, it's a little bit like tapping your head and rubbing your stomach at the same time at first, but don't worry about it. You'll start feeling it, and you'll start visualizing that pattern, and that will start implanting that into your mind so that it will become instinctive to you. So we will start getting this, and again, use whichever fingering you want. You can play it this way or this way, it doesn't matter. Experiment with it. I can play, so I'm playing the scale of G major in tenths. So the same thing happens when you're playing with the tenths. Name those notes. Keep that in your mind. Visualize the note. As I said, you can even think of like the light goes on when you're doing that. Don't think about the finger you use. That's just the technical part of it. Whichever finger you use, that's not important. The important thing is the note. So name those notes as you're doing that. So you go playing in tenths: B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, B, A, G, F sharp, E, D, C, B. So keep that in your mind there, and then we can do it. See, I've changed the finger in here. That suits me to play it that way because we're up here near the cutaway. But you can play it that way. You can play it whatever way you want to play that. That doesn't matter. Don't get hung up about the fingering. The important thing is the notes. Then we can even start playing little melodies with this. So we can start playing. If I start just first of all with the scale in G, which I was playing here. Start playing around with that. Make little melodies with it. Don't play it in that ascending and descending order. Just this is the beginning of playing little melodies, and basically improvising is just playing melodies. So I want you to start playing melodies. Make them up. Make up your own little melodies. So already we're starting to get involved in playing some musical things just with two notes, and it sounds nice to me. So really, just play around with this. So that is playing in tenths with the anchor note on the 6th string.